Hi, I'm Catherine Ross from BreakFreeWithEFT.com and I'm a certified EFT tapping practitioner and anxiety specialist. Today I want to talk about how you can go from anxiety to abundance using EFT tapping. So it might seem like quite a stretch because if you're in a space at the moment where money is an issue or you're finding it hard to break through that income ceiling, then obviously it's difficult to go from feeling anxious and feeling all of that fear around your situation to feeling abundant and attracting abundance. So a lot of us have actually tried the law of attraction before. We've tried positive thinking. We've tried, putting ourselves in that situation, feeling what it's like to feel abundant, seeing that sports car, imagining driving it. But it's not turned up yet, has it? There's a key thing that needs to happen before we can actually manifest our desires, and that's getting rid of our blocks to believing that they're going to become a reality for us. So if we have beliefs around money and what we deserve, what we're able to make, attract to us, and even keep, that's going to push away abundance because we have to overcome those blocks before we're able to attract what it is that we actually desire. So that's where EFT comes in. EFT is like an emotional form of acupuncture, but without needles. So what we're doing is rebalancing the body's energy system, and it's working on the amygdala in our brain. So when we think about anxiety, what is it? What is it exactly? It's a fear of the future. It's a constant fear that something is wrong in our environment, that we are unsafe. So our amygdala, which is a little part of our limbic system shaped like an almond, is actually responsible for setting off this fear response and turning it on. So if we're in a situation where we feel vulnerable, exposed, in danger, or there's some perceived threat there, that's going to actually go nuts, and it's going to switch on and make sure that it gets us into fight or flight, because we have to be anxious. We have to be aware and ready for all of these different triggers and threats to our survival. So, obviously back in the Stone Age times or in caveman times, those threats were real to us. They were direct physical threats to our survival. These days, though, they're more activated internally. They're from our environment. They're from internally. We're constantly feeling these threats to our survival, whether it's, an actual tiger or a war-torn situation, or it's, a to-do list or a deadline at work, or, looking at our bills. It still evokes the same response. So how can we go from having this anxiety around money and where we're at to manifesting abundance? I want you to think right now, what are your beliefs around money? What do you feel that you deserve? Look at your income. Think about what it is that you receive on a monthly basis. Is it enough for you, for all your wants and needs? And if it's not, what's missing? What do you feel that you deserve? What do you feel that you've taken from your childhood and made your reality as well? Is it the words of others that are holding you back, that are creating beliefs around what you're able to achieve in your life? Are you worried about hurting other people's feelings? These are all things to consider when we're thinking about achieving our goals, whether that's to do with abundance or anything else. There are so many reasons why our subconscious won't let go of these beliefs, because it doesn't feel safe enough to do so. So if we, for instance, go shopping and we're about to hand over our card to pay for our groceries, what's the immediate reaction if you know that you've racked up that $200 grocery bill, and you know that you only have, say, $300 in your account for that week, and you're left with $100 to pay for everything else until your next payday? How does that make you feel? Where do you feel it in your body? Do you notice that you're having that fight or flight response to money? Because money does that. Money will put us into fight or flight because money is about survival. So it's about moving from having a survival mindset to having a mindset that's full of thriving, that we're able to actually enjoy life, to relax around money. And when we relax around money, we're able to draw more of it to us because it becomes easy. And if we're holding beliefs around not deserving money, not being worthy of money, money is hard to come by, or you have to work hard to get it, we're going to find ways to draw experiences into our lives that prove those beliefs to be true. So the first step to manifesting abundance in your life, whatever that means to you, is to look at what do you get from being where you are. Maybe it's a sense of comfort. And I remember that when I was in a situation that I would sometimes even have $5 to spend on dinner, that there was this comfort in it, you know, and if I would get more money in for some reason, I would find ways of just getting rid of it because it didn't feel right to me, because that had become my reality of creating meals for $5, which should be a business in itself effectively. But that became something that I found solace in, and I was excited when I could do that. So yeah, that to me was my little safe spot, my square that I stayed in. And so to think about having more money, it was just like, oh my God, how am I going to handle this? And I would find ways of getting rid of it, spending it on stupid things. And I think a lot of us actually do that. So it's about looking at, why are we in our situation? Where does that come from? Is it from our childhood? If we have a childhood where, you know, we've grown up in poverty or where there was lack, we're going to have a scarcity mindset, and that's going to play out for us in our lives. Even if we do well and we're successful, often we'll find ways of sabotaging that success that bring us back into balance as well. So that's back into that comfort level where we subconsciously feel safe, because consciously, of course, we know that we need more than $5 to spend on dinner. But subconsciously, you know, we're thinking that we're doing a great job because we're still alive, and that's all that matters to our brain. So I want you to do some work and some thinking around, okay, what are my beliefs around money? What do I believe that I deserve? What do I think that I'm worthy of attracting into my life? And that's your starting block to being able to manifest abundance. So when you get clear on those beliefs, you can tap on them, which is the great thing. So you'd be saying, you know, even though I have this belief about money and I don't feel that I'm worthy of more right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then we tap through those particular beliefs and all the feelings associated with it. So I'm going to follow up this video soon with how to actually release those beliefs from your subconscious, from your body, and from your past, so that you can start with a clean slate, because accepting where you are and acknowledging where you are is the first step to being able to change. Getting rid of those negative limiting beliefs that sabotage our success is the second step. Then the third step is actually tapping in literally those goals, those, you know, positive affirmations that we have, that we try so hard to get into our subconscious brain, but often they don't stick because our subconscious will, you know, put the kibosh on that because it says, well, that's not a reality for me right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. So I'm going to follow up this video in a two-part series. So this will be a 3-part series overall, and you'll learn how to let go of those beliefs and manifest your true desires and become abundant in all things. If you'd like more information in the meantime, please feel free to contact me. You can find my contact details on my website, which is www.breakfreewitheft.com. Happy tapping.